Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to show you how I propagate fig tree cuttings. If you saw my previous video where I took my big fig tree that was about 15 feet high and I did a hard prune on it and cut it down to about 6 feet and got rid of a lot of dead wood, but there were a lot of branches that had already started to leaf a little bit. So I did go in and take a bunch of cuttings, and I've had them in water for a couple days, and I'm going to propagate them in soil using rooting hormone. Now, I've propagated fig trees cuttings many times, directly in water, just directly in soil, using rooting hormone, slashing the bark off the bottom, scoring it, and this method that I've done before, I've had really good success with. And you know, if you try and you have some failures, it's okay. I mean, I've had it happen to me too. And you know what? It's just part of the game. So let me show you what I'm going to do with these fig tree cuttings, and I'll walk you through the steps. I also am going to be digging up this fig tree right here. This was a fig tree from a cutting from my main fig tree on the other side of the house. And you can see it's put on a lot of growth, but it got damaged by a deer and a couple of the main trunks kind of got snapped. So I want to dig it up and clean it up and throw it in a pot and have it on the back porch. And this is the mother fig tree. This is the one that I just pruned back, and this is where we got all the cuttings from. So I just wanted to show her to you. I think I named her Figlet or Figloo, one of the two. So here's everything that we're gonna be using today to propagate these fig tree cuttings. Over here, we have the fig tree cuttings. Here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18 of these 4-inch nursery containers, and I've got them sitting in a little drip tray and then a sealed up tray so I don't have any water coming out. I've got my little tray here to mix up all the soil. This is the rooting hormone, so the rooting concentrate, our little pruning shears, and some gloves. Let me show you. This is the rooting hormone. This is the little cup that it comes in. We're going to fill it to this concentrate line and then fill it up with water. Here's a fig tree cutting. This is the top and this is the part that I cut from the tree. This little top part right here, if you can see this right there, you want to leave this alone because this is where you're going to get your vertical growth from. So this little growth point right here, just leave it be. These little leaves, they may or may not just drop off, but they will come back. And see all of these little lines and bumps or joints right here? Those are nodes. And everywhere that you see a node, you're going to see either a leaf or a root, depending on whether or not, you know, this is in the soil or above the soil. For this one, I'm going to cut this about 1/4 of an inch from the node right up here, because this end will go in the soil. And then over here, I'm going to cut this one down over here, right about 1/4 of an inch from this node. And this end will go in the soil, and we'll have new branches coming from here. I'm also going to score the bark a little bit right above each cutting before I dip it in the rooting hormone and into the soil. That'll help get these roots going too. But first I'm going to prepare the soil. Ooh. And I am just going to be using organic potting mix. Oh my God. Well, that was exciting. Let's get our soil in here. I think that should be good. It's about half the bag so far. And I'm going to moisten it up a little bit because it's a little dry. I don't want it dripping wet. I just want to be able to kind of squish it and have it form into a nice, so it kind of holds its shape, stays together. See that? You can squeeze it and it holds its shape. This is just what I want for this because I want this moist because I'm not going to water them right away. I want that rooting hormone to really get in there and do its thing before I go in and water again. But I do want to keep them evenly moist while they're rooting. So don't let them dry out. I'm going to fill up all 18 of these with soil. I don't know if I'm going to get that many cuttings or not. I don't need that many, but I do have a lot of friends who want fig trees, so I'm going to give most of these away, if not all. I just like doing this. Okay. And just pack it in a little bit. You don't want to smash it in here, but you do want to get it nice and tight in there a little. Get all these air pockets out. Now I'm just going to go in with my finger and make a little well. And I'm trying to go as deep as I can right towards the bottom, because I do want a little bit more of that stem in the soil. Let me just show you that. That's the hole. Okay, now I'm going to take these off. Okay, I'm going to take my rooting concentrate. Not again. And I'm going to fill it right up to the concentrate line. I'm going to move this. Add some water. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so here's my fig tree cutting. This one is really long, so this is actually going to be 2 cuttings. What I'm going to do, this is the top. This is the bottom where I cut it from the fig tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pruners and just cut it right in half, about 1/4 of an inch below this node, because this is where I'm going to put it in the soil and I want the rooting to come from here. So we're just going to cut it at an angle, just like that. So this end will go in the soil. This will be the top part. And then for this one, this is going to be the top of it. And this will be the bottom. There's a node right there. And again, I'm going to cut it at an angle, just like that, and plant this end in the soil. And then this end will seal and you'll get new branches growing from this one. So after I cut them, I'm going to just cut a little bit of the bark on the bottom of each one, just like that. Don't have to go too deep. And then I'm going to take it, let it sit in the rooting hormone for a few seconds. Give it a nice little stir. And then take it and put it directly into the soil, right in the hole, and just backfill it in so it's nice and snug. And that's it. And now I'm just gonna do all of these real quick, and then we'll move on to the next step. I also wanted to let you know too, there are some people that instead of scoring part of the bark, they will go in and actually just remove a chunk of it or the entire thing about an inch or two from the bottom. I personally don't care for that, but I did it on this one just to show you. We're still going to plant it, and I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, we're all done. I've got 18. I actually ended up with a lot more, but I'm just gonna throw these away because I don't really need them. So what I'm gonna do next is clean up, and then I'm gonna take these upstairs and put them under a grow light. Some people say, and some people have, said that if you wrap these or put them in a humidity dome or put them in a bag and seal it up to kind of keep the humidity in there, you can get a little bit better results or faster rooting. I personally have never put them in a bag. I have used a humidity dome sometimes, but it's pretty humid upstairs, and I do have a humidifier that I can throw in there if I need to. Now I'm going to take this tree out of the ground and put it in a pot. I'm going to clean it up a bit. I think I'm going to remove these two large branches and just leave this one. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll show you what I decide. Here we go. I'm trying really hard, but I think I may lose a couple daffodil bulbs. Holy crap, that was a workout. All right, guys, I was able to get this out of the ground, and oh my God, it was a workout. This thing really rooted in. Oh Lordy, let me bring it over here. So what I did, this was the main stem, and there were two big trunks that had sprouted and grown, and I just cut them off right here because I don't really want this thing to kind of go everywhere. I want to try and keep this one like just a straight tree, just one trunk with branches coming out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some soil in here. I am going to put some starter fertilizer in here too, just to kind of give these roots a little boost. And that's it. Oh, let me get the rest of the soil from the fig cuttings. Okay. Oh, and this is just a plastic container. It does have drain holes in the bottom. And I just took some spray paint and spray painted it red. Little pop of color. Little starter fertilizer. Mix it in. Let me get my tray. I may have put a little too much soil in here. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take quite a little bit out to get it in there. There we go. I think that looks straight. Let me stand back and look. Just a little more in the center. And don't worry about repositioning it over and over. Just keep moving it around until you're satisfied with it. I think this will be good. Yeah. I think that looks good. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to move this back over behind me and then water it in. And here it is, all potted up. Doesn't it look cute? I like it. So, I'll take you over here. Here is where we dug it out from, this hole right here. And I did squish and crush a few of the daffodils, but I think I may have planted way too many. So I probably will be transplanting a few of these out of here. But I am going to replace the fig tree with a couple of other pollinator plants. And I didn't even realize over there, I totally forgot I planted a hosta. Okay. And over here, I have a heuchera hiding over here. But this is my next little thing, is these are the asters. And you can see the rabbits have found them and they've started to snack on them. So I think what I'm going to do is just like what I did out front, I'm going to take some of these gardening stakes, cut them down to about a foot, and then just kind of set them here. Let me get out of the shadows. I'll set them in like a rectangle and then put some bird netting over them until these plants are established. But anyways, let's go over to where the fig tree is. I've got some mint and garlic in here and nothing in these. We're going to plant some up later. Okay, so this was the fig tree that we pruned back. Still there. And from that, we got all of these fig cuttings. And from these, we'll end up with these. I also wanted to just explain to you guys one thing. For the pots outside that I have, I don't like to have saucers underneath them. We get pretty hot and humid here during the summer. In Maryland, zone 7A, it gets really muggy all day, all night. And I don't like water and everything just kind of sitting there or underneath them and just pooling, because it turns into like a breeding ground for flies and mosquitoes. So what I use, I found these on Amazon. They're just little rubber pads, little rubber feet, and I just slide 3 of them underneath in like a triangle shape, and it lifts it off the ground. It allows the drainage holes to drain a lot easier. Nothing sits underneath on the cement. And I just prefer that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found it informative. If you try this method, definitely let me know how it's going. I will keep you guys updated. The fig cuttings should root in I would say a couple weeks, but I'll keep an eye on them and I'll post updates, and that's it. All right, guys, I am going to go get cleaned up, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye. Hi, guys. It's the next day, and I just wanted to update you real quick on the potted fig tree, and also mention in regards to the fig tree cuttings that I took upstairs, you can, if you want to speed up the germination process for the roots, you can put them on a heat mat for a couple weeks. I chose not to because upstairs in that small bedroom, it's pretty warm in there, so I think they'll do just fine. But I did want to mention that. And I also wanted to let you know that I moved the potted fig tree. So this is where I had it yesterday, but I totally forgot that this spot over here only gets morning sun till about 11, 12 o'clock, because this is north and this is east. So the sun rises this way and then it gets right above the roof, and right around noon, 1 o'clock, it is completely shaded out, and the fig tree needs a little bit more sun. So I just moved it to the other side of the porch and just put it right over here for now, because this will get full sun, because now it's on the other side. This is east, that's west, and that's south. And if I show you, the sun in the afternoon hits all the way here to about 4 or 5 o'clock. So it'll get a good block of morning and afternoon sun. So hopefully it'll like this spot. Anyways, I just wanted to update you on those two things. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.